In preparation for the European Council in December, the Commission and the EU High Representative Federica Mogherini set out the work still required to consolidate the positive results achieved over the past years. The total number of irregular crossings along the main migratory routes has decreased by 63% in 2017. The Commission argued that the collective efforts to protect the EU's external borders and cooperation with partner countries to tackle the root causes of irregular migration are reaping rewards. The Commission and the High Representative are calling for further concerted action by the EU, member states and partner countries to advance in parallel and to maintain the intensity of the EU's efforts on all fronts and thereby better manage migration together. High Representative Vice President Federica Mogherini said in the last 2 years, our energy has been dedicated to tackling, in a humane and effective way, one of the most challenging phenomena of our times. We have been supporting the IOM and UNHCR in helping people in distress and assisting voluntary return. We have put in place the external investment plan that will mobilize €40 billion in private investments. We have been working with our African friends in addressing the root causes of migration. Cooperation and partnership have always been and will remain our approach. Commissioner for Migration, Home Affairs and Citizenship Dimitris Avramopoulos said we are exiting crisis mode gradually and we are now managing migration in a spirit of partnership and shared responsibility, inside and outside the EU. With over 34,400 new resettlement pledges received so far, I welcome the strong commitment shown by member states to reduce irregular and dangerous routes and enhance safe and legal pathways, showing solidarity with host countries outside the EU. The Commissioner outlined the next steps towards a stronger, more effective and fairer EU migration and asylum policy. Always a difficult discussion, heads of government will be asked to agree on these questions at the December summit. For the Africa Trust Fund to continue supporting programs, in particular in Libya and North Africa, member states need to increase their financial contributions. On resettlement, member states should continue pledging to reach the target of at least 50,000 places in order to start the planning of concrete resettlement processes, including supporting the evacuation mechanism from Libya in cooperation with UNHCR, and endorse the standard operating procedures for the voluntary humanitarian admissions scheme, finalized by the Commission and Turkey. With return rates at EU level remaining unsatisfactory, this is an area which requires the commitment of all to ensure concrete progress is made. For their part, member states are asked to collect and provide better data on returns to enable a better assessment of the effectiveness of returns and where the assistance of the European Border and Coast Guard could usefully contribute. The EU should also continue collectively exploring the mobilization of all incentives and leverages to achieve progress on return, as endorsed by the European Council. Under the EU-Turkey statement, the Greek authorities need to step up the efforts and provide adequate resources to ensure effective returns to Turkey and deliver on this key element of the statement. Only 1,969 returns have been carried out so far, since March 2016. Tags featured, full image, Migration, Refugees Category A front page, EU, European Commission, Politics, World.